Hi, everyone, and Mahaloween.
Mahaloween.
Not Halloween, Mahaloween.
Mahaloween.
And this is a Disney thing, right?
Well, yeah, it's
So-
a Disney thing.
What is Mahaloween?
So Mahaloween was a party that they came up with for Trader Sam's back many, many moons ago. I think it was 2013 or 2014 was one of the first ones.
Wow, even that far back.
And actually, I don't have the poster for the very first one, but for the year that I went, I have the poster for it.
Let me see this.
For that year. So Crazy Al puts these together, and so that one's a signed copy of the poster, and the year I was there was 2015, and so they have a Halloween party basically in Trader Sam's, and they issue a mug for it, and
A Halloween, they just have a Halloween party? Like a one-time thing?
it's like it happens through like the week around Halloween.
Okay.
And for one of my larger birthdays, Tom and Richard took me to Disney, and we spent about a week there in the Disneyland Hotel. So Trader Sam's is just down the hall. And so you hop out of your room, you skulk your way down to Trader Sam's. And we were there for, and we take our park breaks at Trader Sam's and some meals and that. So, we were there for every happy hour. Stuck my kid on the stool that, sinks into the floor. It was super fun. And the skippers are super sweet. And since it was right after the party, I ended up with the event mugs because they hadn't.
So there's a mug for this party.
Yeah, there is. So every year it's kind of different, though.
Every year there's a different mug for Halloween.
Yeah, so the very first one, I don't have it. It's actually one of my grails. And I have all sorts of cool things to trade you if you have one of those.
Yeah, if people out there, if you happen to have a first year Halloween mug.
Yes, so it looks like this. It's one of these. But the reason I have these both up here is neither one of these are the correct color to be.
No, wait, so it's that mug.
So it's this
which is
mug.
the zombie head.
It's the zombie head mug. And the first year they did it, for the party, it's teal. So the fellow, he's going to be kind of like this one. That's why I brought this one up.
Yeah.
So this is the first edition mug, and it's blue. The Mahaloween mug is tealy green.
Tealy green.
And it has a colored inside, so it has a secondary colored inside. So that's what the original Mahaloween mug looked like.
Okay.
Then they had a Club 33 type party for it, and they made the Jack mug.
The Jack mug.
So the Jack mug looks kind of like my Jack mugs.
Yeah.
But it's brown.
Okay.
So it's also rarefied air.
And the only way you can get it is if you went to Club 33.
Or you had an N.
Okay.
And there were a very limited number of them. So it's a bunch of people's grails. Like I said, I have really cool things if you want to trade one of your brown mugs to me. So this, though, is the first time they opened the edition, and it went out through Trader Sam's.
Oh.
So the mug looks just like this.
Let me see this thing.
And it has ghosts on the reverse. Yep, and it's a jack-o'-lantern, and the first one is brown.
That's pretty cool.
And then the open edition one, where they made many of them, was this orange one. And I only got lucky so that you get to drink out of some rarefied.
Yeah,
air
we're actually drinking out of the mugs, and we are drinking what is called a death certificate. And Tom, thank you for making the drink for us. And this has spice rum, orange juice, pineapple juice, grenadine, and ginger liqueur. And
it's darn tasty.
It's good. It's
Whoever
really good.
Whoever developed the recipe for Tiki Land Trading Company, you did a great job.
Yeah.
So that drink, though, actually goes with a mug that I don't have back yet.
Okay.
So that goes with the bride mug that came out from Tiki Land Trading Company. Then, after the Jacks, they moved on to the Ghosts. So this is a first edition. Once again, we find ourselves in Disney a lot. And so this is the 3 hitchhiking ghosts.
Yeah, it is, but they're all stacked on top of each other.
Yes, and can you name them?
No. I've been drinking all day. Jeez.
All right, so it's Ezra's on top, Phineas is in the middle, and Gus is on the bottom.
Damn.
And so the first edition of this one was this kind of wiped dark,
Yeah.
kind of dark glaze. Then the next year's, and for the different coasts, they're different colors. So if you go to the Grog Grotto, you're going to get a Halloween mug that's a different color than if you got one from the West Coast. So the other additions for this mug are there's a green wipe glaze, there's a blue wipe glaze, and a red glaze. And some people have to collect every color, a glaze color for everything. I only collect the ones for events I've either been at or if I'm really interested in this series.
Gotcha.
So, otherwise, I have more than the thousands of mugs I have in the basement.
Yeah.
Then the next one that came out after that is the Hatbox Ghost. It's also sometimes called the Memento Mori mug because of that on the back.
Let me see this.
So he has a tombstone on the back. This edition was clever. So on one coast, they had the Hatbox Ghost have a face and an empty box.
Yep.
And on the other coast, they had a full box with an empty face.
Yep. I've seen that.
And so this is the Grog Grotto edition. So he has a face and an empty box.
Edition. Damn.
Yeah. And I have one.
Trader Sam's Grog Grotto.
Yeah, I have the dark glaze one that is brown with a kind of wipe where his face is in the box instead.
Wow.
Because I adore the Haunted Mansion. I think they're wonderful. And then the last mug that we have on the table is not related strictly to Halloween, but they have featured it in the park.
What's this? This isn't the Hitchhikers, though.
No, this is Lock, Shock, and Barrel from The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Really?
And
wow.
This is the multicolored glaze because I thought it was cool to have the trick-or-treaters each be their own color. But the Halloween glaze is orange with a black over white, which is awesome if you can find that.
Crazy.
But I thought it was kind of fun to have candy-colored trick-or-treaters. So that is the Halloween mug. Oh, and then there's, of course, the
Crazy Al.
Crazy Al. So Crazy Al makes the coolest stuff. I have a light-up Pele necklace from Susan Nieper. She got it for me because she's awesome. And when he came up for TCon, he brought up a bunch of his stuff with him. And since I'm a Mahaloween kind of girl, I had to have this one. And his stuff is really intricate. So you're not just buying a regular necklace. He carves the symbols himself. He adds all the working parts. A bunch of his stuff lights up. It's really cool.
Yeah.
But this one, what's cool about it is it says Mahaloween through the ears.
Oh, wow.
So it starts with one ear, goes across the other. And it's the Mickey Jack. And then it also has the matching ghosts to my mug.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
So that would be why I had to have this one. So that's it from Halloween.
But
there's more.
There's more.
First, there has to be some magic.
There needs to be some magic. So how should we do? Should we just snap our fingers?
Magic.
Yes. Yes. Wow, something's changed about you, Jeannie.
That's the nice part about being a spooky chick.
I don't know. I have no comeback for that, Jeannie.
Welcome, foolish immortal. We're doing the Haunted Mansion.
Yes, we are, and we have a lot of different. We have a lot of different things here, actually.
We do.
God, I don't even know where to start. Well, we got some mugs. We got the gargoyle. We got a little chest here. We got some stuffed animals. Well, they're not stuffed animals. They're stuffed hitchhikers, but that's a different story. Are they stuffed hitchhikers? No, they're not.
Yeah, they're stuffed hitchhikers. Okay.
So where do we start? Where do we go from here?
Well, let's see.
Well, a little bit about the Haunted Mansion. I mean, in the paraphernalia. So, the Haunted Mansion has their own stuff that they sell.
A lot of their own stuff. So, it's probably one of the most capitalized on properties on property.
Is it really?
It was opened in 1969, the year after I was born.
Okay.
And so I'm sort of a Haunted Mansion girl because I was November of 68, so I was almost the same year as the Haunted Mansion. It was in production while I was in production. And They do a lot of really neat things for the Haunted Mansion because it has 999 spooks to work from. So
it got 99 spooks, but a pigeon.
So
it just kind of worked out.
Yeah. So it was one of the last projects that Walt Disney worked on personally. And so there's a lot of Walt in it. And they have a lot of fun with it. And they've incorporated it into the whole Mahaloween thing for Disney.
Which makes sense, though, right?
Yeah. And then there's a lot of homage to it. Because a lot of us spooky people are also tiki people.
Yes, they are.
So, like, for example...
what is that?
So, when you're a pin collector, there are pins and there are pins. I like the really heavy ones. So, this is...
What the hell?
This is all just Haunted Mansion. This is my Haunted Mansion pin collecting thing. And every single one of these is a character inside the Haunted Mansion. And the more you visit the Haunted Mansion, the more you grow attached to the characters within it. And so the 3 characters everybody recognizes are Phineas, Ezra, and Gus. Because one of those 3 are going to end up in your doom buggy at the end.
That is true.
There,
Whether you like it or not.
So there's a bunch of Phineas, Ezra, and Gus in here. But there's also the opera singer and Mr. Gracie, who owns the mansion. And there's the Grim Grinning Ghosts, which are the ones that sing. And the graveyard digger. And then, of course, the clock in the Haunted Mansion always strikes 13, not 12. And so at Halloween time, they do a lot of blending of the Haunted Mansion and the Tiki and Sam's Enchanted Tiki Bar. So there's a lot of homage that happens there. And so there's a lot of really great stuff that you can get that's just Haunted Mansion. Up on the mantelpiece, I have my spirit photography. They have a place called Memento Mori, and that's only in Florida. It's not in the California park. And when they first opened Memento Mori for the first few years, they were doing spirit photography. And so you would go in, and if you walk around this picture as you're in my house, in the Haunted Mansion frame there, it's a portrait of me, but superimposed on it is my more frightening self.
Yes. Yeah, I've seen. Well, when I walked in, I saw a picture of you on the mantle, and I'm like, well, that looks like Jeannie. Oh, that is Jeannie. And then when I start to turn my head and walk and then you turn into a ghoul or something.
Yes, it's pretty dark, but it's pretty awesome. So we love it. But so there's a bunch of things that are merchandise you can just buy for the Haunted Mansion, like the ghosts, and like this is Madame Leota's box.
Madame Leota's box?
Yes, so Madame Leota is the ball.
Yeah.
In the Haunted Mansion that is in the seance room. And so supposedly the key to her heart is inside that box.
Well, let's see. I see a bunch of jewels or...
Well, that would be the key to her heart. Then,
that's the key to her heart.
So, bad. So, there's a lot of homage happening. So, the latest of the Mahaloween type mugs to come out, and the reason we segued into the Haunted Mansion is this little fella here.
Yes.
This little fella here, this is the second time this has appeared in the Disney universe. The first time he's all in brown and gray.
Yeah.
The picks for him are made by Grindr.
Really?
Yeah, Grindr Adventure Arts. And then you have to remember, if you've got one of these, to keep the little plastic tabs, because that's your off switch.
Oh.
And they will run out of battery if you do not put their little tabs back in. So don't throw away those little tabs. So he's the gargoyle. The first time you saw him was in browns and grays out of the Club 33. So I don't live in that rarefied air. I would love to, but I don't. And so I waited with the rest of the peons of the world. And I waited until they released this one, but it was even really tough from there. So unless you had a connection to somebody in Southern California, you did not get this mug, because this was one of those virtual queues, and you walked up and waited, and there weren't enough of them. So there, you've seen him now. He exists here in the Pacific Northwest.
Yep.
Then there are homages, which are really super cool. So like we talked a little bit about the Bride.
Yeah.
Done by Tiki Land Trading Company. And I wait with bated breath for the Jeff Granito bowl, Calling All Spirits, that goes with that. I'm still waiting. I can hardly wait. And then Lost Temple Traders makes really, really fun stuff. So
what do we got here?
Lost Temple Traders decided to do the stretching room portraits.
Really?
But they're tikis.
Oh, wow.
So each one is done like one of the stretching room portraits. So this is the lady sitting on the gravestone with the axe. And but they've done her as a tiki. And there's supposed to be 4 in this ghostly hue.
Yeah.
But we are waiting for probably yet another container ship to come for me to get the final one. So I have the headstone. I have this is the ballet dancer dancing over the alligator pit.
It looks like Lono to me, but hey, that's
yeah, it kind of looks like Lono to me too. But there, he's dancing on the high wire there.
Let me see this. Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then this is the 3 guys on the dynamite barrel.
Oh my God.
And so the one I am still missing, because it has not yet come in the ghostly glaze, because I waited for the ghostly glaze.
Yeah.
Because they also did these in a blood glaze and browns and grays.
Yeah.
Is the quicksand.
So
So it's pretty awesome, and we can hardly wait for that one to show up. And so then we'll be drinking more Halloween type drinks out of those.
I can't wait.
So
the thing I'm starting to realize too is like there's definitely connections to people that are into tiki and goth, dark, spooky, creepy, whatever you want to call it. But then there's it's a triangle I'm seeing now, because there's Disney there too. And I'm really starting to think, and this is a question for all you viewers out there too. If you're into goth, how much was Disney's Haunted Mansion a part of that inspiration for you? Because there's a lot of people I know that how'd they get into tiki? They went to the enchanted tiki room when they were a kid, and that planted a seed for them. And I wonder, is there anyone out there that they went to the Haunted Mansion as a kid, and that's what sparked their interest in it?
I lived in the Haunted Mansion, and I tried to plant that seed in my son. And he was about 5.
Yeah.
And I took him, and it's my favorite ride. I love it. And I told him all about it, and he was going to love it. And the ghosts weren't scary. And he went right on it, and then he went on it for me again.
Yeah.
And then he went on for me again. And then I was headed back at the end of the day for one more ride on the Haunted Mansion. And my son is so polite. And he says, Mama, yeah, that's your favorite ride. Can we have another choice? And I don't think I planted that same seed. But he loves the tiki room.
Yeah,
and he hangs out in the tiki bar. So I think I win there.
Yeah, there you go. Well, Jeannie, again, thanks for sharing your collection of Mahaloween and Haunted Mansion paraphernalia. And thank you.
You bet.
Are you going to take us out with another piece of magic?
Oh, sure. Well, let's see.
So you may be asking yourself, how can I join the Tiki Goth Club? Well, there is no membership. There are no fees. But I have shirts for sale. They're $20 a piece, $5 shipping and handling. If you're interested, go to my website, tikiwithray.com. There's a prompt that says buy a shirt. Follow that, and then that's how you can get your own. You might be wondering, how can I make my Mai-Tai more goth? Well, the next time you make it, serve it in one of my Tiki Goth Club glasses. They're only $15. Go to tikiwithray.com to buy your own.